Hey guys, welcome to That Florida Feeling. Thanks for coming back for another week to talk about something in the Sunshine State. I appreciate you guys more than anything, as I would not be doing this without you. Thanks to everybody who's hit up the social media pages, the TikToks, the Instagram, the Facebook, all those fun ones. I appreciate it so much. You guys just amaze me every day that you still want to hear me talk, so thank you. If you do have a suggestion for what you want to hear, please reach out. Any of the social media sites, or you can email me at thatfloritafeel@gmail.com. I love hearing from you guys because sometimes you guys think of places that I forget or haven't even heard of in one case. So thank you so much. So if you do want to hear something specific, reach out, tell me. I would love to hear it. Hope you guys have enjoyed the last episode. Today we're going to talk about a place that shouldn't exist and almost didn't exist after last year. And that is John's Pass. I love John's Pass. I'm not going to lie. It's absolutely gorgeous. I actually worked down there for a little bit a couple years ago. And it's one of those places like, yes, it's touristy. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a tourist trap. Parking is bad. Like, there's a parking garage, but it fills up super quick. There's a parking across the street that's paid. So many people get ticketed. Like, I don't even know what to tell you on that one, but it's gorgeous. Like, it's so fun to sit there and watch the dolphins or people watch or the boats go in and out or the bridge open and close. So it's kind of like a tourist trap that you just know what you're getting into. But if you don't know about John's Pass, let me tell you about it. It's actually not supposed to exist. John's Pass sits right at the opening between Madeira Beach and Treasure Island, or Mad Beach, as people call it. And it's in Pinellas County, so it's south of Clearwater. It kind of sits between Clearwater and St. Pete, pretty much directly between Clearwater and St. Pete. And it's actually directly located on the Intercoastal Waterway. It is named after the Portuguese island of Madeira, and it has been around a long time. The Tocobaga chiefdom actually used to use the land and harvest seafood. They didn't live there, as it's prone to flooding. Let me tell you from experience, it is very much prone to flooding. But the modern shape of Madeira Beach was actually kind of carved out. It didn't exist up until, I think it was 1848. It wasn't 1948. I think it was 1848. I know I should have known this. Yeah, it was 1848. And it was by a hurricane. It actually happened on September 27th, 1848. And it created a pass. Like, the hurricane came through and it just carved a path, literally. And the first person to go through it is a pirate, John Levy, and it was named after him. So now it's John's Pass. It is got absolutely beautiful water. It's always clear. It's always blue. I will post pictures. But it has become kind of a tourist trap. Let's face it. It is John's Pass Village and Boardwalk. There's two sides of it, kind of. On the one side is really where you'll see the village and the boardwalk, where most of the shops are. A lot of times you leave out of a boat tour on that side. There's some really great, like fishing. So when the people come in from the fishing, they'll actually just sell you the fresh fish off the boat. I don't know what you call that. Fishmonger? Do we even use that word anymore? Either way, you can get some great fresh seafood there that you can cook, or you can, have cooked for you. There's a lot of dolphin cruises. There's a pirate ship. There's a shark boat. You'll see a lot of people who just own their boats go in and out of here. Like I said, it's really great for people watching. Not even gonna lie to you. And unfortunately, it was really damaged by Helene and then Milton. Lots of flooding. It actually ruined Krabby's, which is a restaurant that was there. And it ruined a couple other places that are still not open that used to be open there. And it was really sad because this is such a nice place. And yeah, it does kind of flood, but it's just such a fun place to walk around and people watch. Like, I don't even know, it's a love-hate relationship, because if you can't find parking, you're just mad. But when you do find parking, you're like, I'm good to sit here a while. And there's some really cool shops there. But let's talk about why a lot of people go there. There's Hubbard's Marina. And Hubbard's Marina is kind of like a well-known place there. Hubbard's Marina has really been open since 1928, and they're still family owned. The main guy that owns it is actually really nice. I've met him many times. Really nice guy. And they offer, party boats for fishing trips, deep sea fishing, private charters. They also do a dolphin watch and eco tours. They have a daily sunset cruise. They also have a ferry to Egmont Key with snorkeling options, which goes out of Fort DeSoto Park, which is in the very tip of Pinellas County. So they're very well known in this area, and they're kind of really one of the staples in Johns Pass. They have really great fishing trips. I did not go on one myself, but I have friends that would literally go every 3 months and would come back with massive catches. It's just such a good, like, it's a well organization, and they know what they're doing, and they know where to take you out to go fishing. And of course they have, like I said, they have the cruises. You can do a dolphin watch nature cruise, eco tour. And I think that runs maybe a couple times a day. I don't remember anymore, but they also had a sunset cruise, which were super popular. And that's because the sunset cruise offered free wine and beer. I do remember that. They didn't guarantee dolphins, but they did guarantee a beautiful sunset, and it really doesn't disappoint there. I'm not going to lie to you. And again, they also have, going out of Fort DeSoto, the Egmont Key ferry, and then you can also go to Shell Key if you want to, which Shell Key is really cool. I'll talk about that in another podcast. And so that's really one of the main staples in Johns Pass. They've been there for forever. Things kind of built around them. And, it's just such kind of a cool place to just go and watch. And you can tell when they come back in because the birds flock. And we've even seen sharks there. When I was working there, we would walk over just to get away for a second. We would see the sharks every now and then. It was very interesting. But if you're not into fishing, there's plenty of other stuff for you to do as well. You can rent wave runners and boats. There's parasailing. Dolphin Quest goes out of there. The Calypso Breeze is really interesting. I used to see it all the time. And really the Calypso Breeze is, it's fun. It's a triple deck ship. So it's got 3 stories, and it cruises the intercoastal waterways. They have lunch and dinner cruises with a buffet. Buffet. And it's massive. I mean, they have a full service bar. They have a full service dining. People used to rent it out for parties and cruises. I never heard anything really bad about it. So that's another, option. I'm just saying. There's a pirate ship that goes out, which was really cool. Got to do that once. It's literally a pirate ship. It is 2 levels. You can go to the top or the bottom. And basically they just take you around for about an hour and a half. And, you have fun. You act as a pirate. I got to go on it for a work thing. And it was quite an adventure. I'm not going to lie to you. It was very fun. But what if you're not into the water? You get seasick. Well, you can stay in Johns Pass. That's totally an option. There's actually places in Johns Pass to stay or right next to it. The one that I always saw was the Johns Pass Hotel. And it had great views. Like, it had beautiful, amazing views that looked out directly over the actual pass. That's really the closest one, as it is kind of directly in the pass. There's also some bungalows that you can rent kind of in the back of the pass, which are a little more quieter. There's a hotel, the Bella Vista Hotel. I've actually heard good things about it. The Sea Turtle Bungalows, though, the one that I said was a little quieter, that's actually one that I met some people that worked there, and it was always really nice. I actually got to look in one of the rooms, and, I recommend that one. It doesn't overlook the pass. It overlooks kind of like the backside where it's kind of away from the touristy area. And it's definitely worth checking out if you want to stay in Madeira Beach or in Johns Pass. Definitely check out the bungalows. It's recommended. But you don't want to stay. Maybe you want to shop. Do you want to shop at Johns Pass? Because they got a lot of really cool shopping. So my favorite is Lori's Soap Shop. I absolutely love Lori's Soap Shop. It's the soap and sponge market, and it's just, I love it. First you walk in and you're just hit with this amazing smell, and then you want to buy everything, which I did a couple times. But they use natural herbs and salts and goat's milk. I have a couple that were goat's milk. And they have some with already sponges in them, natural sponges, some that don't. And it's a great local business. They just reopened. They unfortunately got a little wrecked by the hurricane as well. But the one in Johns Pass is amazing. They have really good, like, I just can't talk enough about these soaps. Like, they make my skin feel so soft. And like I said, you can just get a goat's milk bar, which is only $3.75, and they have so many amazing flavors and scents. My favorite was always, always, always the lavender. And then I absolutely loved this one called Pink Sugar. I still order from their website, so I have not given up on these. It's amazing. Then they also have like face creams, hand and foot creams, lotion, salt scrubs, bath bombs. They used to have amazing lip gloss. Really good lip gloss. I know that's random, but like I would forget mine and I would have to go buy one, and like it was worth it. Like, it was always worth it to me. And of course they have your accessories like body brushes, a soap rest, and they have the nicest staff. Like, this is my favorite shop in Johns Pass. It is definitely Lori's Soap Shop. I met the manager. Me and the manager actually worked together many times doing different events, and it just so nice. I recommend that one, like, first and foremost. Another place I really liked was there's a sweet shop. Zeno's Boardwalk Sweet Shop was so good. They had taffy. And it was just so good, and it smelled so good to walk in that place. I know everything's about smell for me. But they had great taffy. They even had fudge, gourmet popcorn. Like, it was nice. They had so many different flavors of fudge. They even had sour fudge or taffy. Sorry, taffy. So many flavors. They did have a lot of fudge, but so many flavors of taffy. And it was like the cinnamon taffy was actually my favorite. And it was such a great place to go. And everybody seemed so happy in there. Of course, you're surrounded by sweets. Why wouldn't you be? But those are the two places that I definitely recommend. There is a Spice and Tea. They just reopened, I believe, as well. And, it's Spice and Tea. Everyone is a little bit different. This one is very small. Not going to lie to you. Tiny almost. Really nice that you can pick up, just like if you want a glass of tea to walk around with, you're maybe not into coffee or you don't want water. They definitely have a tea bar, which is really nice. They had great selections. There's salt-free blends. There was some really good like coastal blends. If you wanted to like get your fresh seafood and go cook it, you could definitely find something there to season it with. they're a little on the expensive side. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A little bit. Um, but nonetheless, it's still a fun place to walk into. As soon as you walk in, you're again hit with an amazing smell, or a lot of smells. Um, I was in there one time. A guy walked in and was like, "Ugh," and walked back out. So some people didn't enjoy it, but I liked it when I was in there. Um, you can find a lot of souvenirs. There's tons of souvenir shops, no shortage of it. There's also a really cool cigar shop, Cuban Paradise Cigar and Cafe. And I went in there one time looking for a gift for my father in law and ended up with some amazing Cuban coffee. You know, not what I was expecting, not where I was going to go, but it was so good. They had an amazing cortadito, loved it. And then I would have to go get my cafe con leche fixes there. Um, so good. They also have them iced, you know, because it's Florida and it's 90 degrees 9 months out of the year. But it was not what I was expecting. They also serve beer and wine. And they actually have a little bit of food, which is mainly chips and some cookies and just something to snack on. Their prices are actually really good. I'm not going to lie. Um, but then you can find amazing cigars here. You can buy, you know, singles. You can get a box. Um, I thought that I was really just going to go in there and find something for my father-in-law, and it became one of my favorite places to get coffee in that area. So definitely, you know, if something looks interesting, walk in and find out. You'd be surprised. They also have the Florida Winery there, um, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a wine shop. Um, it was really good. Like it was a really nice place to go and explore Florida wines. Um, they have a really cool orange Florida wine. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was actually really good. Um, Tons of cool things in there. There's a huge stuffed alligator, taxidermied alligator, just sitting in the shop. Cool place to just walk in and look around. But you know, it's it was great. Like it was such a cool experience to walk in there and to look at the wines. And they were actually doing sampling that day, so I did get to try. That's how I tried the orange one. Um, it was ORWI wine. That's actually what it's called. Um, it was good. It was really good. If I was a wine drinker, I would have bought like 5 bottles of that right then. But it's all Florida based. They, you know, such cool little logos and designs on the bottles. Another fun one to shop and check it out. All right, so you've come there, you've spent the whole day shopping, and now you're hungry. There are definitely places to go eat. And my recommendation, first and foremost, is Delos's. Delos's Pizzeria is fantastic. I loved this place. I miss their pizza. I really do. They actually, Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports and One Bite, everybody knows the rules. He actually went there and tried it, and he actually gave it a pretty good rating, which I agree with. It's nothing fancy. You can get a slice, or you can get just a regular pizza. They even have a gluten-free cauliflower flatbread, which I think is really cool. And you can get a huge amount of toppings, however you want it. They also have really good wings. Of course, they have strombolis and calzones. Their garlic knots, man, let me tell you, those garlic knots are addicting. I just cannot even. And they also have a really good cheesesteak. Like their Philly it was on point. Um, so like Delos's was always packed. It was always busy. If I ever wanted it to take it home, I would call ahead like an hour before I was getting ready to leave because that place is packed all the time. But it's good. Like it's worth it. So if you're looking for a place to eat in Johns Pass, y'all check out Delos's. I mean, I loved it. And it wasn't super expensive ever. All right, you're not a pizza fan. That's fine. I understand. Some people aren't. All right, let's move past that. You know, I don't agree with you. No, I'm kidding. Um, Another place that I really liked in Johns Pass was the Boardwalk Grill, and it was a great restaurant. It wasn't huge. It did sit up top on the boardwalk where you could kind of look out and see the boats. Like going in and out. And I loved it. They had a great cheesesteak as well. Um, like that was my go-to, was honestly the Boardwalk Grill. And they had amazing cheesesteaks. Their fries were always fresh. Everybody was really nice there. But yeah, definitely recommend the Boardwalk Grill. Um, Again, nothing fancy, something fast. Great place. If you're looking for more of like a sit down place to go, Pirates Pub and Grub. I know, what a name. It actually was really, really good. Um, it's kind of near Boardwalk, so it's on that part past Hooters, down towards the end where you can see the boats coming in for fishing. And um, it was kind of touristy, let's face it, because it's pirate themed. But it was good. Like it was actually really good, and you can sit outside, and they had really good views. Um, they have more of a selection for people. That way, kind of, I guess everybody in your group will find something. Um, but I'm not gonna lie, their burgers were fantastic, just great to me. You can also get good seafood here. They have a really good fish and chips. Tried that, and I'm down for coconut shrimp anywhere, and theirs was really good. Not gonna lie, theirs was really, really, really good. Um, they also have a really good drink menu if you're looking to sit and have a cocktail and people watch or watch the boats. Another great place to find that. They have really cool like glasses, the take home glasses. Um, I may or may not have liked the strawberry daiquiri. I'm just saying. Uh, they do also have like bottled water, Pepsi or Coke products, and Red Bulls if you need it, or juice. So they do have other options, but this is a fun place if you want to sit and you want to just relax and you want to watch people or the boats or even at sunset. Um, I the Pirate Pub and Grub is definitely one of those places for you. Plus, it's pirate themed. It's fun. Like it's fun, guys. Another place if you just want to sit is there is a really, really good like brewery, and it's called Mad Beach Craft Brewing Company, and it was really good. I really liked it as well. It had a lot more indoor seating space. They have a much larger menu and a much larger tap list, especially if you're looking for a beer, like a local beer. Check out Mad Beach Brewing Company. They have a huge tap list, and you can get some flights. They did have flights, but they also have like wine and beer cocktails. They also just serve Coke if that's what you're looking for. But it's a great place to just sit indoors in the air conditioning and have like a nice meal. I liked their tachos, which are tater tots with basically covered in like nachos. I really like them. But they have really cool burgers at this place. Now, I can't eat a traditional hamburger anymore, but when I was there about a year ago, before the hurricane, they had this burger called the Jelly Donut Burger. And it's exactly what you think. It is two smash burgers, cheese, bacon, and raspberry jam between two glazed donuts. It was good. Y'all, it was great. But they do have other things. They have pulled pork, fish, chicken, if you're not looking for that. They also have like baskets. Like if you want to try gator tail, definitely try it here. It's really good too. And then they have like a coconut shrimp dinner, black beans and rice if you want to add some chicken. And of course, they have a kids menu. They do have a couple of gluten-free options as well, which I think is great. And it's really cool. They do serve the Vino wines, the Florida wines, which is their winery. I didn't tell you all that yet, but it's actually their winery. And so it's really cool. You can also buy a crowler if you wanted to take some home. But Mad Beach is that place where you go and you can actually have like a family meal without feeling pressured or out in the sun or things like that. I really liked this place. They had really good food every time I got something. Um, so like definitely want to check them out if you're looking for a place to eat. If you're just looking for a place to drink and you don't want to go all the way and you don't want to be in that tourist part, check out the Bamboo Beach Bar and Grill. It's another quieter place. It looks like a big tiki hut, so it's really cool. Um, they have really good fish tacos. Not even gonna lie, they had some really good uh, fish tacos. I don't know if they were supposed to be like fish tacos, but I had a friend that worked there, so I got them as fish tacos. um, but they also had randomly really good grilled cheeses. I don't know why, but like they were good, like really good. But this is more of a fun, like looks like a tiki bar, just kind of a chill place. Always got a good vibe there. But they also have dog. They also had a dog menu. They have a doggy chicken and a doggy burger, and it's so cool. And they also have the souvenir cups. If you buy a drink, you can take the cup home. I remember their mudslides being really good. Like it's like I call it a bushwhacker because I'm from Tennessee, but it's a mudslide, so it's basically an alcoholic frosty, chocolate frosty. But I remember those being really, really, really good. And I do have a cup from them, so nice fun souvenir that I really enjoyed. Um, John's Pass is that thing. You'll kind of find something for everybody. There's surf styles there where if you decide you want to go and you want to go to the beach, because there is a beach there that you can swim at, it's, they're ready. They gotcha. There is a good coffee shop there. I used to go in the mornings and get it. It's the Llama Java coffee. Really good place. I recommend it. I just like the fact that it's named after llamas. Just saying. Can't complain about llamas. Really good coffee there. So, like, it's kind of got something for everybody. And of course, there's touristy things. There's like Dick's Last Resort is there. There's the Pepper Palace. There's places like everybody's been to with the souvenirs. And unfortunately, Caddy's is still closed. And I hate that because Caddy's was such a cool place. But it really did kind of got wrecked. There are some other locations for Caddy's. I still recommend trying it if you want. They had a great menu. They really did. And some great views as well. They do have breakfast there, actually. But it sucks because the one in John's Pass was so good and everybody was so nice. I would be remiss though if I didn't talk about, sadly, probably the best views in John's Pass are at Hooters. And I don't mean the girls. It's on like the third floor, and they do have the world's largest wing hanging up like a fish. But the views from Hooters were amazing. You could watch the dolphins from their deck. They have a huge deck that you could sit on. And I know that's just so weird to say, like Hooters, but I mean, it was really the views were really good. Yes, I'm laughing about this because I also did work for Hooters, but like, I will tell you, if you really want to see a good dolphin show or you really want to see like people watch, go to Hooters on the third floor of this place and just watch the dolphins and get a drink at the bar and, enjoy it. They even have specials that they do on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then, of course, drink specials. So as weird as it sounds to say, go to the Hooters at John's Pass and really, really look at the dolphins. I know it seems so funny to say that to me. And of course, you can find great ice cream shops here if you just want ice cream to cool down. There's House of Sweets, and they have pretty much every kind of sweet you can imagine. Their ice cream is great, though. Let me tell you, their ice cream was amazing. They also have fudge, and then just really random sweets like chocolate covered potatoes, key lime pie on a stick covered in chocolate. They had what they call them WTFs, and it's basically like 4 candy bars covered in chocolate together. Or it was like, I think it was a Reese's, an Oreo, something else, and dunked in chocolate, covered in Reese's Pieces, if I remember right. And it was so good. So good, guys. So it's just a really, really interesting place. If I remember right, they also had chocolate covered bacon. But I just remember their ice cream. Their ice cream was amazing. They had really cool flavors. And then they had major sundaes. Like, they were good. So, you know, if that's the thing you're looking for, if your kids want some ice cream, I recommend House of Sweets. If you're in the area and you're just looking for something to do, John's Pass is great for that. If you expect a tourist trap, John's Pass is great. If you understand that you have to get there right at opening to get parking, you're going to be fine. But John's Pass is one of those places that have been around in Florida for quite a while, and they have some really great places in there, like Hubbard's Marina, Lori's Soap Shop, the Bamboo, Tiki Hut. And I will say that the sunsets there were amazing. I used to work the shift just to wait for the sunsets and then walk across the street and watch it. I can definitely recommend that. It's one of those do it once, just because, you know, parking, you do have to pay to park. You do have to, you know, everything costs money, obviously, but the people watching is so much fun. The sunsets there are beautiful, you know, and you may find a new family memory while you're there. You know, you're going to see a lot of tourists. You're going to see a lot of sunburnt people. It's going to smell like sunscreen. It did. And of course, you're probably going to run into Florida Man. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're going to definitely run into Florida Man. Today's Florida Man, though, is, well, he's special. He took it to new levels when he tried to evade deputies on a John Deere riding lawnmower. So the officers arrived at his house, or wherever he was staying, to serve arrest warrants, and the guy ignored the commands to stop and attempted a low-speed getaway across a backyard. That's right. Didn't even get on the road, just through the backyards. The foot chase ended quickly, a whole 17 seconds, actually. And deputies deployed a taser to stop him and his lawnmower escape. The guy ended up facing charges, more than a dozen charges, actually, including resisting arrest, possession of a deadly weapon by a convicted felon, grand theft of a motor vehicle. And of course, this guy wasn't his first encounter by any means, and especially not with creative escapes. 7 months earlier, he eluded deputies by jumping into a swamp. That's brave. Woo, that's brave. Anything in Florida that looks like the color of sweet tea that's water, you better be ready to throw hands with a dinosaur or something that is far more fearless than you. So he's brave. So he's just, you know, he's used to running from the law and keeping it very unconventional, but not successful. So, you know, maybe don't steal a John Deere tractor. Doesn't look like it's going to work in your favor. I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing about John's Pass. I do have great memories there. I am so sad that the hurricane took it out, but it looks like it's rebuilding wonderfully. And I definitely say go once. Go enjoy the shopping, the people watching the dolphins, and the sunset. You know, make great memories there. If you guys want to hear anything specific, again, email me or reach out on social media. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Drink your water. Still wear your sunscreen. It's Florida, guys. You can get a sunburn in freaking January. Trust me, I've done it. But as always, guys, that's your daily dose of sunshine.
This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.